FaZe Clan came through their RMR journey and managed to get themselves through to the elimination stage. Had to fight for it, but that fight didn't really matter in the end. They made it no matter what. More stress, more games put on them. And I just want to first of all start, karrigan, with obviously the news that came out at the beginning, because you went through the RMR in one of probably the worst ways possible. How were you able to get through that whole process?
I think it's hard, obviously. You fight different ways when it comes to it, but it was rough traveling to RMR and go through those emotions. But I think when I came here, kind of just went open with the team about the situation, right? It's unexpected. It's one of the rough things. Obviously, my career has been 20 years. You always have time for family and friends and whatever. I knew from my parents and what my brother wanted me to do is to go here and give everything I have. So that's what I did, right? But it wasn't easy, you know. After a win, you go from very high emotions, you go to the room, you go straight to low emotions. So it was hard to handle the vitality loss. I was pretty upset there. But in the end, I managed to go through it and had a few days at home, which was pretty good.
Looking at what you're hoping for in terms of this major and looking at like your goals, did you try to set any minimum goals here? Is it still just the trophy the whole way? Is it like, okay, we're on the first stage, it would be a huge disappointment if we didn't go through to the playoffs?
I would be a huge disappointment don't go playoff. I think, you know, we came into the Copenhagen major, barely scraped through to the playoff, and we have one of the hardest bracket ever in a playoff. And we're meeting teams we had really trouble beating on spirit and vitality, and we managed to beat them, right?
Yeah.
In the right moment, the right time. And I think that can happen again. So I think we come in a little dark horse this event. Once you go playoff, depending on the enemies, I think I'm being able to play a little more loose in that sense that in Copenhagen I felt there was like everything goes directly to the trophy, you know. Even though we had hard playoff, I just believe like this is the time we need to win.
Yeah.
Even though we had really hard bracket, and in the end it was the team that was the dark horse that won.
True.
In Narvik, right? So I believe everything can happen. Like I said, in the group stage, you really kind of feel the foundation of the team. Are people communicating good? Are they playing good? And then you build on that. And if you don't have good confidence in the beginning, you scrape through and you go to playoff and you're like, oh, we made it. Barely, and then you can play a little more free, right?
In my mind, I never ever think FaZe will be a dark horse, but like, you're looking at it in that way, right? Do you think, when was maybe the last time you can consider that you guys were a dark horse at a major? We
haven't beat many top 5 teams, right? We beat Navi in Singapore, but Navi had one of the worst tournaments this year in Singapore, right? But you never know if you had a bad game, maybe they go win the whole thing. You never know, right?
Yeah.
There's a good chance that we can be dangerous this event. But it's all up to us, the way we go into games, the way we handle ourselves. I'm really focused on my emotion in these events. I need to make sure that I don't add extra pressure on me. So I'm not scared to go and say we can win this championship, but I'm not gonna sit here and say we have to win it. I wanna enjoy CS. It's the last tournament of the year. Vacation are well needed especially for me, what I'm going through. But I'm gonna go out there, give everything I have. I'm gonna have 0 regrets when I get home. And
you always do, absolutely that. When it comes to how you're leading the team tactically and strategically now?
I always think there is a road as an ideal. Sometimes you swing a little more to left, you have a little more control. Sometimes you swing more right, you're giving a little more space to people. Sometimes you have to take away the freedom for them to understand they are capable of just going for something that's out of my control. Yeah. I have set guides in the way we play defaults, what I want us to do, what I want to achieve. But I think it comes down to the game plan. If I see people not communicating at the best, I know I have to micromanage a little bit more. So I think my team has always been adaptive, and I have adaptive leadership, meaning if the team is like going for duels, I'm gonna let it go. But if they are not really activating themselves, I can control the game more. And I think that's the strength of the team. Like the second they start showing confidence in the game, I just let it fly. Because this is a moment where I believe everybody's taking really smart decisions as players.
What kind of mentality are you and the guys bringing to this elimination stage?
I think it's hard to say. I think we were pretty confident in the RMR, which is pretty good when you think about the previous months, right? I think, like I said, we have been going forward. I think we have improved the last few months, still needing to hit that level. My biggest fear is that we don't always hit the level at the same time. I know if we have some of the players sitting a good performance doing an event, we're gonna win. Yeah. But right now our performance has been spread out doing events. Brain went full ham in the RMR. Yeah. Before that, Brokey went Fulham in fall finals. So if we start activating everyone on the same time, I think that's where we get dangerous. I feel like we come in a little bit refreshed, maybe from the other teams, and I think that's also what our team is the best, when we are a little more refreshed in our mental. So yeah, coming here to win everything, that's basically it.
Now, looking at China as a whole, it's been a very good place for you career-wise, right? You guys, not just the fans, but also the trophies that come with it. Does that give you a special feeling or a different feeling just coming to Shanghai?
Yeah, hopefully it was Asia, so we went to Singapore, we'd be living in Asia, but now we just went out to China. First of all, we haven't played huge teams in China, let's just put it out there. We played like Mao's and stuff like that when we've been in China, right? It's been a good place to host some trophies, and I hope it'd just be insane if we host 4 trophies in a row in China with me, Robs and Frozen, but you never know. But I believe we have a big fan base here. Also what we built up before COVID with Mouse, and have now 3 players here as well in FaZe, and yeah, the fans are amazing here. We're getting gifts left and right and celebrated on the stage. So yeah, hopefully we make it. I'm just looking forward to actually play group stage in front of fans, and it's gonna activate me more, I think, to kind of like just enjoy the moment.
Any words and any final thoughts just to all the fans and everyone out there?
First of all, thank you for all the support. I've got private messages the last few days or at the Amar. I appreciate it very much. My whole inbox was filled with support. I'm good. I'm gonna do my best. I'm here to compete. I'm here to win everything, and for my family, for my brother. And I hope you guys will keep supporting us, and we will show the FaZe fighting that we always do in China.
That's it here on the interview, and for FaZe Clan and for karrigan, a legend of the game, someone who always fights the whole way through, never gives up, and has prioritized the success and winning, which is why he'll always go down in history as one of the greatest of all time at what he does. Let's see how they do at the elimination stage.